EmceeTV.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. You watching EmceeTV The Podcast. We're coming at you live from EmceeTV Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. I am live with the homie, Crisis Child. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Thank you so much for having me.
Bro, I appreciate you jumping on here and rocking with me. I'm blasting the link out to a few people. I just sent it to Otis Julius. Got the homie J-Bob up in there. Shout out J-Bob. I'm sending it to Juju the Mystic, the homie Drama Mafia, and a handful of other people so they could tune in and peep out the link with us. But yeah, bro, I'm super excited to have you on here, and this should be a fun interview, man. How many podcasts have you done so far?
This is literally my first. It's not my first interview, but it's the first podcast I've ever been on. So you are popping my podcast cherry.
That's what's up. Hell yeah, bro. I'm gonna blast this link out. This is old school. This is how me and Ray used to do it back in the day. So you're getting the live unedited feed right now, y'all. Boom. There we go. Just posted it on Facebook, and I tagged you in it. And we should be good to go. In Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
That's right. That's right.
Moines.
I love it when touring artists come through and they're like, I'm in Des Moines. Which I get it. You know what I mean? It's a weird word. It's French or whatever. So it does make it a little difficult for people to know exactly how to say it. Got the homie Nuisance One up in here. He just jumped in the chat. That's my bro. We go way back. He's an artist out of Long Beach, but we grew up together back in the day. I appreciate him jumping on here with us. He's actually an animator that worked on the last two Avatar movies. So we got some celebrities up in here with us. Yeah. So
like Avatar, the anime, or like the Blue Guys?
The movie. Yeah. The movie with James Cameron and shit. Yeah. He worked on the Hollywood film for the last two films.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. So shout out to the homie. That's my bro. You know what I mean? He taught me how to count bars and all of that. And we go way back. So mad respect to him. But let's get into you a little bit, and let's tell your story a little bit, bro. Okay, so the name Crisis Child, let's lead off with that. Where did that come from?
So it's kind of funny. My mom actually gave me that name and doesn't even realize it. And I don't remember. I can't really set you up for the whole scenario, but I just remember I've always been kind of a jokester, kind of ornery, you know, and I made some sort of a crack. I'm like, it's a crisis. And she was like, you are a crisis, child. And I went, and I just ran with it because up until then, because I've always kind of been a Bushwick Bill fan. I was going by LBM for a little while. And then I liked Crisis Child better, I guess. I got tired of explaining what LBM stood for.
Go ahead. What
I was gonna say, which it wasn't hard to decipher. Little Big Man, but
okay,
just like a song, but like, but yeah, no. So I mean, I think that's actually what I'm still known. I think that's actually what my name on SoundCloud. There's a couple of fairly older songs on SoundCloud. In fact, I don't know if you're familiar with Andrew Schott, or he's known as Sue Warchild.
Yeah, from here in Des Moines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've actually got music with him on SoundCloud from over a decade now. But yeah, I don't think I ever figured out how to like change my information or just delete it. So it's just still sitting out there, not getting played or anything.
That's dope though. That's dope, man. We got a handful of people up in here watching with us. Shout out to everybody watching. Drop us a comment. Let us know who's up in here. We'll definitely shout you out. For anybody just tuning in, I got the homie Crisis Child with me, and we're digging into it. We're doing a full interview and discussing early days and where the name come from and all that. So, are you pretty tight with your mom? I mean, most people are, but some people aren't. So I just figured I'd ask.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. um, okay. So, all right. So you got the name Crisis Child from your mom. Are you, so I wanted to know, are you, and we're homies outside of this, you know what I mean? We kick it and whatnot. I see you around quite a bit, especially at a lot of the live events and whatnot. But I guess I don't know this question myself. Are you originally from Des Moines?
Yeah, born and raised in Des Moines.
Okay. Nice. South side,
Like
east side,
I
north side?
grew up like just a few miles from Lefties, like in the Drake area.
Okay. Nice.
Mhm.
So kind of like
Well,
northwest side.
Drake / Beaverdale.
Okay.
Sort of. Do you know where like Monroe Elementary is?
I
On
think so.
Hickory?
Yeah. Yeah.
Over in that area.
Okay. Nice. So are you only child?
No, I'm the youngest of four, and I'm actually quite a bit younger than my older siblings. And they're all half siblings. I have a different dad than my older three siblings. Um, and yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I've been flat out told I was not bland. Uh, they were, as far as my dad was, he was always very blunt, and he was like, "Oh yeah, your mother and I did not want any more kids, and then here you came." Like,
He said that
here
like
I am.
he said that like jokingly or
Yeah, joking.
okay.
He's a huge, well, he was a huge smartass like myself. So
Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, so what was life like growing up here in Des Moines?
I mean, typical Midwest. I, uh, I don't ever want to. I mean, I had a little bit of a hard time growing up. Different things than other people went through. Obviously, like we weren't well off by any means, but that wasn't really the stem of it. A lot of it was just being picked on and bullied because I was different.
Sure.
Yeah. But I fortunately was able to surround myself with some pretty dope people, growing up. And it
Joke's on
helped.
them, bro. You fucking prevailed.
Yeah. I mean, it helped. Like my mom's second youngest, my older brother, Joshua. He he Well, we always refer to him as the delinquents. By the time I got to like the 8th grade, he had still some delinquent friends that went to the high school that was hooked on to Meredith Hoover. And so they kind of had my back for a couple of years. And then, by the time they moved on, dropped out, graduated, whatever, I was established in the high school, and, no one really fucked with me, except for once in a while the new people. But yeah, I was just a typical nerd.
Okay. So I was gonna ask, did you end up graduating from Hoover then?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, nice. Now I don't actually know how old you are. So I'm 41. I was assuming we were relatively close in age, but
we are.
Okay. All right. So you're around there.
Mhm.
All right, fair enough.
I'm 40.
Okay. All right, cool. Yes, we're about the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your early days in hip hop. Like, who was the first artist that you heard in hip hop music?
Right. So I'm so glad you asked this, because this is one of the things I was prepared for. So
give me the whole setting.
I'll kind of explain it with the answer I came up with. It has to do with the first 2 CDs I ever purchased. The first 2 albums I ever purchased, and this will kind of explain was the Offspring's album Smash, and then the Dangerous Minds soundtrack. And the only reason I bought that is because I couldn't find Coolio's CD.
Hey, I fuck with Dangerous Minds, bro. That was a hard movie.
It was a good movie, and it's a really good soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
So, honest to God, Coolio was probably the first rapper I really got into. I eventually found a copy of an edited fucking copy of Gangsta's Paradise, which I don't know. Do you remember that back in like the 90s when they had edited CDs?
Oh yeah. Walmart was 100% opposed to dirty music.
So was Target.
Yep.
So I had a crap edited version of Gangsta's Paradise for a while, and then what really sold me on rap music was I was watching MTV, and the Bone Thugs video came on for Crossroads, and I remember going to what was that CD store? Sam Goody or whatever it was.
Oh yeah. Sam Goody was huge.
Yeah, Sam Goody, or no, it was Disc Jockey, the one in the basement of Marley Mall. I remember going into Disc Jockey, and I remember being like, "It's Bone something," and the fucking dude made me sing him the song, and he got me the CD. So I remember I ended up going home with East Eternal 1999, and then
It's 1999,
right, and then this always blows everyone's mind. I went home with that, and then that same day I bought Marilyn Manson's album "Smells Like Children."
Oh shit.
Yeah, so yeah, I've always been a big fan of like the darker, more sinister, type rap and darker metals, I guess, and really aggressive punk music.
Hell yeah. Man, I got to link you up with my dude Nuisance One out of Long Beach that's up in the chat real heavy with us. He said Gangsta's Paradise ! He said the video with Michelle Pfeiffer was fire. Yeah. He said, I said, I think we saw that movie together, bro. And he said, I'm sure we did. He's super into horrorcore and all the aspects of it. He's been to Detroit and went out there, and he saw Twisted and all them dudes, and but he's really into punk music and metal and whatnot too. So yeah, I definitely got to link you guys together.
Sweet.
I think you guys could link up, he and do some music together, bro.
I actually and I put it on one of my samplers. I don't remember which one. I put out albums like on digital, but I've never printed a physical. I've always just put together samplers of various songs of mine, and there's one floating around out there somewhere with a live track of me doing a cover of Gangsta's Paradise.
Okay. As I walk through the shadow of it.
I don't remember what show that was now, but I remember I hopped online talking about your shit because I like to make fun of Ronnie Radke. I don't have a problem with Ronnie Radke. I just like to talk shit about him, and I was like, "Eat your heart out." My cover was better. Well, he actually recorded a cover, and I'm pretty sure he screwed up the words, which is really funny.
The homie Nuisance One heavy up in the chat tonight. He said, "Sounds like my kind of guy." He said, "Let's link up, homie." And then Oztic Sync said, "Are you on YouTube Music?"
Yeah, just search "Crisis Child Topic."
Okay.
And it should have the picture that'll come up. It'll probably be the album art for my song "Dirt" that features Dropout Kings.
Okay. I see the hat, bro. Plug the Dropout Kings real quick. Who's the Dropout Kings?
Oh, if you don't, Dropout Kings are an amazing trap metal band out of Arizona that I went from being just a nobody fan in the crowd to being like a friend of theirs. I've got a song out called "Stars and Scars" with Black Cat Bill. I think it's my most streamed song on the digital platforms. I've got another song I just plugged called "Dirt" that features him and Adam both. And then Adam, rest in peace. And then I was actually supposed to have another song this year coming out with the two of them, but I'm sure you know what happened with Adam Ramey, and so it will not unfortunately be featuring him now, but I do have a new song coming out with Black Cat Bill called "Manhattan." It's the idea for Manhattan originated from a really, really sad video I came across when I was just in one of those, rat holes of scrolling. And it was July, I want to say, of last year when this happened. The whole war and everything with Israel and everything that's going on. I'm not here to talk sides or nothing. Sure. I'm here to talk victims. And the video I saw that just broke my heart and brought me to tears is there are these kids and they're playing at the park, just a regular day at the park, and then all of a sudden the bomb siren, the air raid sirens start going off, and then you see it fall from the sky, and it hits a soccer field, and there were like 12 children killed in that
Holy
bombing.
shit.
And it just messed with me. So yeah, so Manhattan is a song basically. It's not just about that, but it's about the state of the world. Like the chorus that I wrote, that Black Cat did an amazing job on. It just goes, stare at the world and scream, stare at the world and scream. Take me by the hand and we'll stare at the world and scream. Watch the world burn with me, watch the world burn with me. Watch the fires that we started make us all go extinct. Because I genuinely feel that's kind of what we are doing, is we are we're extinct. We are extincting ourselves. It's not going to be the aliens. It's not going to be an asteroid. We're just going to do it to ourselves. And the people that are suffering the most are the children. And it just got to me.
That's dope that you were able to work it out through music, though. So yeah. I mess with that, bro. I mess with that. It's a therapeutic way to work it out. I see J Bob's up in here. That I wasn't sure who that was earlier, but Oztic Sync is J Bob.
Oztic Sync.
Yeah, that's the homie J Bob.
I know. I didn't realize that was J Bob either.
He said what you just said gave him some Terminator vibes. That's dope, bro. That's dope. Okay, so where if people want to dig in, do you think YouTube is the best spot, or Spotify, or where's the best spot to peep your music? Yeah, to peep your music.
Wherever you want. I don't have. I know. I think it's weird when artists have a preference of where their people stream music from. I just want y'all to listen to it. So you can go to YouTube. You can go to Spotify, Amazon. I know iTunes is out. I know it's on iTunes, or Apple Music, whatever it's called now. But YouTube, no, it doesn't anymore. For a while, YouTube was the place to go for like the more unreleased stuff, because that's where I was posting new stuff for a while. But now I'm just gonna do it all together instead of like one thing at a time.
Yeah. I mess with that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get back into let me hit the comments real quick. He said, buy a CD, buckos. He said he's got some grits.
He's plugging. He's talking about this. This is the most recent sampler. It's called Hatest Grits. People, I understand why they mispronounce it, Hatest Grits, but it's just a play on words. It's supposed to, instead of greatest hits, Hatest Grits. This has most of my favorite songs of mine on here. It's got Hostage. Focus is my favorite song of mine. My Way, which is a song that was inspired by Otis Julius. It's got Lettuce. Everyone knows that song, me and Cellar Boys. And then, of course, Stars and Scars with Black Cat Bill. Those are usually $5 at the merch table, but I get so... I just hand them out. So
we're gonna get you a manager. We gotta get somebody in there to start getting some money for you, bro. You're your own worst enemy.
I would be the most frustrating person for a manager to work with, because like I mean, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I don't want money, I don't care about money. Of course, we all freaking care about money, but I don't know. I love just giving shit away. It's stupid.
I mean, most of the time you're rocking with people that you're enjoying kicking it with. You're caught up in the moment. You know what I mean? You're having fun. It's, it feels good. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that, bro.
Well, and it's because, I mean, I stole this motto from a pretty famous person, but ever since I heard someone say, my job is to make music and hang out with my friends. Like, what could be a better job than that? So that is just when I'm doing the music thing. That's just sort of what I live by, just to have fun with my friends and make music.
Hell yeah, hell yes. Okay, so let's get back into that a little bit. So you become a fan of music, late '90s, probably, right? Mid '90s,
early mid '90s. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So take me along the journey and tell me how you go from a fan of metal and hip hop to being a guy that's behind the mic now and creating music. Like what do those steps look like?
So it was I've obviously always been a fan of music. I started playing my first instrument in fourth or fifth grade. I was like 9 years old. I got a trumpet, learned how to read music, um, started just sort of messing around with other musicians.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
And then I remember, as far as like I've always been a writer. I just didn't start turning it into like music until I was probably like 13 or 14. Um, but as far as like looking up at someone on stage and be like, I want to do that. I my brother took me to my very first music festival ever. It was called the Man Cow's Laser Luau. And I'm sure if you're from Des Moines, you've heard of Slipknot. That's where the Wait and Bleed video was shot. For Slipknot was at that, and it was during their performance at that specific event, and I was like, I want to go up there and do that. And so I don't know. I remember that same summer. I don't even remember where I got it from. I had acquired a Yamaha DJX2, which is I don't know if you've ever seen those. It's this little box that's just full of various sounds and beats and drum lines and stuff. And I just sort of started messing around with it. Never got to do any actual shows with it. The only shows I ever did in my early years were actually with my old band from high school. I didn't start doing solo performances until like years and years later. But in fact, that DJX that I was talking about, if you and going back to when I was referring to my old SoundCloud, some of the songs on there were actually made with that old Yamaha DJX box that I used to have.
That's dope.
In fact, the group Late Street.
Yeah.
James
Tyler and Ethan Kane.
Yeah.
Shout out Fort Dodge.
It was one of those two. I just actually gave that to one of those two to give to their kid, so he could start making like beats and stuff.
That's hard.
Yeah. So I hope if you guys see this, I hope he's doing stuff with it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so and as far as how my sound developed, I think that's another thing you asked. I've always, like I said, I've always been a writer. I've always wrote stories, short stories, poetry. And then I noticed that there was a little bit of rhythm in my speech, and I just, I went from just singing and screaming my stuff to, I guess, doing what I do now.
Hell yeah. That's dope, bro. Okay, so now how do you make that first step to getting into a recording studio somewhere? Like, are you just kicking it with some homies, freestyling, and they're like, bro, you're pretty dope, man. You got to put it down. You got to put it down in the studio somewhere.
So, no, because I'm pretty independent. Like, I don't really do a whole lot in the group. I do a lot of my writing and practicing and stuff alone. I have like J Bob's in here. He's one of them. I have like a little circle of trust that like I'll write up and record a little demo, and I'll send that around to people and say, hey, what do you think of this? But as far as the process of getting into a studio, I'm picky about what ones I'm going to take into the studio, and what ones I'm just going to record with my own equipment and then send off for mixing. Like just to, for example, like just about any song where I'm gonna have like a featured artist, I always want to take that one into the studio, specifically Carousel Studios here in Des Moines, and I generally work with Dirt Nasty over there.
Shout out Dirt Nasty Beats.
Yeah, and then also Alex Arthur, the guy behind the engineering of Dirt. He did a good job on that. So that's essentially how I pick what songs I'm going to take into the studio. Is one, if I get enough good reactions out of the folks I send my stuff to, and two, if I feel it's noteworthy, because I hope I'm not the only artist that does this sort of thing, but like I'm real nitpicky and pick and choosy about what I'm gonna go in and what I record, because sometimes I'll write something, I'll practice it, I'll even record it on my own and listen to it and go, ugh. And I'm like, we're gonna put that one away, and come back to it. So that's probably one of the reasons why it takes me so long to put out new stuff all the time, because I am very nitpicky about what I want to put out. I have so many finished and unreleased songs because I'm like, I don't want it yet.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are perfectionists, you know what I mean? I mean, look at Dr. Dre, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that only want to put out the best product. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just got to make sure you don't get in your own way. You know what I mean?
That's what I do best.
J Bob's up in here. He said DMB is fire. He said you do get in your own way. He said I can vouch for it. No, that's cool. Okay, so from here, you now you're up in Carousel. You're doing a lot of stuff in there. You got quality music coming out of one of the best studios in town, I would say. I would say that RJ's studio, Ray's studio, Carousel. I mean, there's a handful of top-notch studio. Genie on the beat. He's got a fire studio. There's a handful of people that are holding it down for Des Moines for sure. And
I've heard good things about Ray's studio.
Yeah. The Cellar Boys went up there and they recorded for this last track.
That's who I heard it from.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out Scooty Whoop and the homie Little Heartbreak Kid. They blessed us with the joint on the last track that they were getting ready to premiere. Out of town show. Yeah, with Late Street.
Show's a really good show.
Thank you. Yeah. I produced that, so I appreciate it.
I know.
I figured you did, but I was just putting it out there for the rest of the world in case they didn't know. But J Bob just said cat. I think he must see the cat behind it.
Oh yeah,
cat got a cameo. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the hip hop, bro. Okay, so who do you? I know you like to work with Dirt Nasty Beats. Who else does production for you? Do you? It sounds like you do some of your own production.
Some of it, yeah. I produce some of my own songs, like Dirt, for example, the Dropout King song. That was made by me.
What kind of software do you like to do for something like that? Not to interrupt, sorry.
I use Logic.
Okay, nice.
And then, just various samples, loops, and plugins.
Hell yeah.
And then there's a guy out of, and dude, I am so sorry if I get your city wrong. I think he's out of Davenport. I know he's Quad Cities. His name's Michael, or he's known as Tapeworm by his artist name. He's produced a lot of my stuff. He produced Stars and Scars featuring Black Cat Bill. He's actually the one that produced the beat of this next song that me and Black Cat are putting out called Manhattan.
Shout out Tapeworm.
And then that's about it. Like, as far as recent producers go, there's one guy that I almost say I work with him. I just buy a lot of his stuff off of BeatStars. I've never met him. I'm pretty sure he's from the Netherlands.
Okay, you're international, baby.
But he makes really, really awesome like trap metal beats. I know some of them are up there. There's a song out there called Among Us. It's produced by that guy. Chimera was produced by him. There's a couple. I believe it's the Strangest Arrangement album that he's the main producer on.
Okay. Dope. Okay, so you now you've been rocking stages for quite a while. Tell me how you make the progression from just recording music and kind of having fun with it to, all right, fuck it, it's time to hit a stage. I want to get out there and start performing, because that's a lot of people that's like their number one fear, to get up in front of people and perform. But but you get up there and you hold it down, bro.
Well, one thing that makes it easy is, and a lot of people don't see it this way or see it differently, and is one thing that always helps me get over. I mean, I don't get nervous that often. I was nervous as hell in Iowa City just because it was a new crowd, but
that was when you guys just rocked for
Twisted,
ABK. Shout out to the Juggalos, Twisted, ABK,
Blaze Your Dead
and Blaze Your
Homie.
Dead Homie. Yeah, that's a fire tour, man. Shout out Nice Enough Entertainment and Metro for putting that on.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. But one thing that's always really helped me, and not just with music, stage, but like acting and stuff, is how like the stage lights sort of like wash out the crowd. Like, and then so it gets to a point where like if all I can see are like the people right up front. That's one thing that helps. The thing that gets me in the mood, you're gonna laugh, and I'm being serious. The thing that gets me in the mood to do shows is basically boredom. I'm like, I'm bored. Let's go do a show. And then I'll ask Strawstone, or he'll coincidentally ask me. And there we go. Speaking of shows, I want to bring up my next one because I know you're involved in that one as well.
Yes, sir.
Chris Webby at Woolies. That's gonna be October 22nd. No, 28th.
Yes, sir.
God, I hope Strawson's not watching. But no, I'm really excited for that one. It's a great stage to be on. It's a good stage to be on if you have stage fright, because again, it's one of those stages that washes out the crowd, once you're like looking out at them.
Woolies is one of the most premier performance venues in Des Moines, I would say. I mean, we all love Lefties, but you can fit a handful more people up into Woolies, and it's kind of that premium one that's a little tougher to get into to be able to rock too. So that's got to be pretty big to be able to rock that stage and get to perform with this all-star cast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's not your first time, right?
No. My first time alone in a couple of years. Well, actually, I guess I'm not alone because Sean and I are going to do a combined set. But yeah, last time Crisis Child was on the Woolly stage it was before lockdown, I think. And that, because you well remember how badly that screwed up live music. But yeah, and also, quick shout out to Lefties since you brought them up.
Hell yeah.
It's one of my homes away from home.
Eric and Ann. Yeah. Eric and Ann. Much love to them. They really hold it down for live music in the city. Been putting on for the city of Des Moines for a long time. And
all the way back to the House of Bricks days. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Yeah. Well, and before that, when I first came to Des Moines, it was Harry Mary's.
Yep. It was Harry Mary's, and then it was some college bar for a while, and then they got a hold of it.
Yeah, and they've done a lot. I mean, I see Eric up. I've seen Eric up in there with a saw. You know what I mean? Just
yeah, he's very DIY.
Yeah, fixing the building and putting in work and really busting his ass. So, yeah, Lefties is a special place, man. It holds. I've seen so many top tier musicians and performers in Lefties. It will always have a special spot in my heart, bro.
Oh, the performance / show that'll go down in Crisis history is my forever favorite show I ever did was at Lefties, and they were there. Dropout Kings were there. I was direct support for a tour. It was a band out of Japan called Hanabi. It was their first time to the States, their first time to Iowa. It was them, a hardcore band called Fox Lake, and then Dropout Kings. And it was just an amazing mixed genre show. It was overpacked. Like it was sold out, but we had people that were just sitting and waiting outside to get in. So when people would leave, they could get in. That was such an intense night. I know J Bob was there. I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah, he just jumped in the chat. He said, "Sold the F out."
Yeah, it was. He'll vouch for me. It was so hot that day. There were so many bodies in that room. It was so hot, but it was so much fun. I got to fulfill, a dream. I guess I was able to perform with Black Cat Bill at that show. So if you weren't there, you missed out.
But you do have some archival footage on your
Yeah,
YouTube.
on YouTube there is some footage from that performance.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was such a fun show. And I think I kind of digressed and went off topic a little. Sorry, but yeah, no. Back to what we were saying. Shout out to Eric and everyone. And I did go off topic. What was the original question?
Oh, we were talking about Rockin' Woolies and all that shit, but
yeah. About
performing
and stage fright and stuff. So I don't know. I've never really been nervous to get in front of people. And if you really want to know why, it's because people have been staring and laughing at me my entire life. So now, I'm not afraid to get
for the people that don't know, can we talk about that a little more? Are you cool with that, or
my what?
Well, you said people have been staring and laughing at you, so let's we ain't gonna go super deep or anything.
The obvious elephant in the room. My dwarfism.
Yeah. So you're saying that was kind of a superpower almost a little bit because it made you acclimate early on so that you already had to be comfortable in awkward situations or whatever, right?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what is absolutely more terrifying than getting on any stage of any size is being like this and going to a new school.
Because kids are just assholes.
Kids, yeah, they're the worst. So I think I think that's a big thing that really helps with the stage fright and stuff. Is like I just said, I've been getting looked at funny my whole life. So I figured, if you're gonna stare at me, you're gonna stare and listen.
You gotta buy a ticket if you want to stare at me, asshole.
You gotta buy a ticket to this freak show.
No, I love it, bro. That's dope. We got a lot of comments rolling in, bro. You packed the house tonight. You know what I mean? You definitely got a crowd up in here. J Bob says, I stuck side stage.
And then Rob his guitars. Yeah. Shout out Rob Sebastian.
Hell yeah. And then
he's guitar player.
He said Nuisance UF with Baby Metal. I think he does. Oh, and then Nuisance
Baby Metal's good stuff.
Nuisance said, dude, Hannibal is sick. It's crazy seeing those girls make such heavy music. Real badass.
Yeah, and her her scream is just like and I swoon. I go, whew. When I hear her screaming, I do. It's a whew. I get a little hot.
You guys are teaching a class for me right now because I'm not in the metal trenches like you guys are. You know what I mean? I know a little bit about it, but my early metal days are like Metallica and Ugly Kid Joe. So
Ugly Kid Joe. That's good stuff.
That was I think I was more reeled in by the little cartoon dude on the front giving the bird.
That's I think I have that CD over there somewhere.
I had it on set twice.
Nice. Metallica is a funny one. That's one of those bands that I liked for like a very short amount of time. And then I don't know. I just kind of stopped liking them. I still really enjoy their album Master of Puppets, but that's really about it. I get a lot of crap for that, for not being all Metallica. Shut up. But yeah, no. I could definitely hook you up with some good metal and new metal bands to check out if you're interested.
Okay, I appreciate that, bro. Okay, so let's get back to the performance. I know that when you hit the stage, you come prepared. You don't just walk out on stage. You got a little bit of theatrics. You know what I mean? You come with
a little bit.
Yeah, you got you want me to go into it or
No,
describe
go
it?
ahead.
Hey, so you
Nope.
got you got the light box, and your cane has skulls on it, and you know what I mean. You do it a bit, or at least you used to. I guess I don't know if you're still using some of that same stuff, but
The ladies, the mic stand with the skulls on
the
it.
mic stand, that's what it is. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I never perform without the ladies. That's what I call them, the ladies.
Hell yeah.
I never perform without them. The light box. I didn't have that in my last show just because of how tall the stage is at Wildwood. I generally only bring that one out for like the shorter stages, like at Lefties and stuff.
Okay.
Because when I'm on a stage like Lefties, I'm not taller than everyone. I'm just everyone's height now.
Hell yeah. Nah, bro, but I mean, you command it on stage. You hold it down. You got an excellent stage performance. You get up there, you do your thing, and it's a lot of fun to watch you work a stage.
I do what I can. I like it up there. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those only times where everyone has to look up to me.
And that's a win, bro. We got to take those when we can get them, right?
Right.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I wanted to touch on. This sounds weird. I wanted to touch on Strawstone a little bit. Somebody's gonna
Don't we all?
Yeah, somebody's gonna cut that out. Somebody's gonna make that a reel. But so how did you first link up with Nice Enough Entertainment?
So ironically, it was for a Twisted show. It was my very first show I had done after the whole lockdown and COVID stuff. I saw they were coming to town, and I I hit up Aaron of Metro, shout out Metro Concerts, and was like, "Hey, can I get on this show?" And he was like, "Yeah, can you sell X number of tickets?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "All right." And and then I'm gonna add a little detail because it's important for later. And then I was like, "So how long of a set do I get?" And I hope I don't get in trouble for this. He goes, "How long do you want?" And I was like, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. He goes, "Done." And I was like, "Okay." So I, without even consulting Strawstone, by the way. And keep in mind, I had not met Strawstone yet. We had only heard of one another. So fast forward to the day of the show. I had sold out of all of my tickets. In fact, I had sold so many tickets that I was out of physicals and just listing people on a piece of paper.
That's what's up, bro.
And so I went. When I approached him, I was like, you're Justin Strawstone?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'm Crisis Child." And I was like, here's my money and for my tickets." And then he goes, "Where are your leftovers?" I'm like, "I don't have any." And I was like, "In fact, here's a will call list for my extras that paid." And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, and then I was, and that was also at the same moment he found out that Metro had told me that I get to have 20 minutes for my set. And he was originally like, "I don't know, everyone else has this much time." And I pulled a fast one on him because I used to do it this way. I was like, "Oh, well, all my music's just one track, so I can't really." And he went, "Fine." But no, we've been basically, he's one of my best friends ever since.
Solid dude, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite people to work with. I've learned a lot from working with him. I've met some pretty awesome people working with him. I feel like Otis Julius is now a buddy of mine because of Strawstone.
Hell yeah. Shout out Otis Julius. He is on this upcoming tour as well. Not to cut you off.
Yeah. No. He was also at that last Twisted show that I was just in Iowa City. In fact, speaking of Otis and Strawstone and J-Bob down in the chat, that's who I rode out with. Those are my road dogs for the day.
That's dope. Oh, we're glitching a little bit here. Hopefully that ain't my internet. Did I lose your Crisis? I think he's glitching a little bit here. I don't think I lost him yet, though. It's just maybe a little congestion in the internet. I'm going to keep talking here. Hopefully we catch up here on the signal. Looks like we just got a little attenuation in the internet signal here, and hopefully we get right back up and rocking. But man, this has been a dope podcast. If you're just tuning in, it's your boy, motherfucker Steve. I got the homie Crisis Child up in here with me, and we are talking, working with Nice Enough Entertainment and Metro Concerts and all the dope hip hop that they have brought to Des Moines, and everything that they've done. And yeah, dang, it looks like he froze. Hopefully he's able to log out and log back in, maybe, and it'll refresh his connection to us, and we can continue the interview with the homie Crisis Child here on EmceeTV. This has been an awesome interview. We touched on a lot of things, even Strawstone, pun intended. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun, going down memory lane and reliving a lot of these Des Moines events, and just the events in general. They weren't all Des Moines. We had Iowa City. We had, Crisis Child's rock stages in Omaha and all over the place, maybe even up in Minneapolis and Kansas City as well. Nice Enough definitely does a lot. So don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on Nice Enough Entertainment. Catch the last Wednesday tour in Des Moines at Woolies, October 28th, with Jaron Benton, Chris Webby, Whitney Payton, and Otis Julius, presented by Nice Enough Entertainment, First Fleet, and Metro Concerts. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on that. Crisis, I think I got you back. It looks like we got logged back in. Can you hear me okay, brother? It says plot J Bob says plot twist. He just ran out of batteries. I had you for a second. It looks like you froze again, brother. I'm not sure I hope that's not my internet. I mean, hopefully it's neither one of our internet, but if it is, hopefully it's not mine, because hopefully my feed's still going out to the world, and you're able to correct your okay. So it looks like his internet is lagging a little bit. Crisis, if you got to hop off, I totally understand. Or if you think you can patch it up on your end, I will hold down the fort until you're able to correct it. I don't have any audio from you though, brother. It takes quite a bit upstream to get you in here with me, and so yeah. But we got a lot of dope stuff coming. I think. Okay, perfect. Thanks, J Bob. Perfect. Thank you, Nuisance. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on October 28th, Woolies in Des Moines, and October 30th in Kansas City. It's Chris Webby, Jaron Benton, Whitney Payton, and Otis Julius. Otis Julius is actually on this entire tour. I wanted to correct that. I made the mistake the other day. I thought he was only on the two Des Moines and Kansas City dates, but when I spoke to Otis after this, he peeped out the interview and he said, appreciate you shouting me out. But he did correct me and let me know he was on the entire tour. So much love to him. And I did speak with Otis the other day. Plot twist: Otis Julius is going to be on here with EmceeTV. He agreed to do an interview with us, and so I believe we will be catching him. Ray and I have a bunch of upcoming interviews coming. If you get a chance, make it out to Lefties. Yeah, and DJ Strawstone is going to hop on EmceeTV and do an interview. I talked to him the other day about it, and he agreed as well. So I'm ultra excited. I talked to J Bob. I think J Bob's going to jump on here with me. I got all sorts of I got all sorts of breaking news before we close out this interview at EmceeTV. I got a new track I just produced today. Sent it out to the homie Ray West, and I sent it out to my brother Nuisance One, and they both agreed to jump on it once I get a hook laid down on it. So I'm gonna try and see if I can't lay me a hook down on this new banger today, and then we can all get to pen some verses and get some new music coming from the EmceeTV camp. And I was just looking at the catalog for Back to Bars Volume 2. I think some of this is ready to get released. So I won't tie you up a whole bunch with too many more updates. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Thank you so much for all the comments, likes, shares, everybody that participated in the live with us. This was an awesome interview. And shout out to Crisis Child. If you guys get a chance, check him out on YouTube. I'll put his link and his information down below. And Nuisance, I'll definitely link you up with him. I think you guys would definitely vibe out. I can't believe I didn't even piece that together that could have happened. Crisis Child just jumped into the comments. He said the entire family just got home and hopped on their devices and crashed the internet. It happens, brother. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you giving me your time. We'll go ahead and cut it short here. That was about an hour anyways. So that just means we got to get another interview with Crisis Child. Maybe he'll pop in down to Lefties on Thursday. Don't forget, we got the event coming up. It's the Ken 10 event at Lefties Live Music this Thursday with me and Big Ray West. I'm hosting. Slide through Lefties, peep it out. And until next time, it's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. Thank you for watching EmceeTV The Podcast, and I'm out. Peace.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't take